November 1st, 2017. This is our 8th Phantasmic Journey podcast episode. Truthfully, we didn't think it would be a success. It wouldn't be a success without the love and support of all of our viewers on Facebook and, of course, YouTube Live. Tascam believed in us, and they have been with us since the very beginning of our journey of the TV show, which is a Paranormal Journey into the Unknown. Season 1 was released last night on Amazon. The response from our first season is truly incredible. Check this out. 437 viewers in the United States alone, 61 viewers in the United Kingdom, 11,114 streamed minutes of the Paranormal Journey into the Unknown. Truly amazing. We'd like to thank all of those that have taken the time to watch Season 1. And I also would like to point out, if it wasn't for Tascam, I believe our show probably would have flopped and we would not be sitting here right now doing this podcast for you. So a huge thanks goes out to Tascam. Capture your art. We have two awesome guests tonight. First off, a published author, Rick Kueber. He will be discussing with us his latest book. And of course, later this evening, the man, the myth, the owner of the Hinsdale House, Mr. Daniel Klaes. So grab that cup of coffee, sit back, and enjoy another awesome episode of the Phantasmic Journey podcast. Welcome back, and I'm your host, Gavin Kelly, and to the right of me is my lovely co-host, bride-to-be, Miss Paula Purcell. So, Paula, what's new in the news today, or possibly this week?
Update on the wedding. The dress is in, and I started a new program with Wedding Wire on invitations, which makes those wedding lists a lot easier. We are having a 1940 style wedding, if you've not heard, and come from June, course of June of 2018 next year. If you would like to come to the wedding and you've not received your invite from me through an email, shoot me your email, private message me, or tag it into this live feed in comments, and I will get you an invitation out. We're going to have formal invitations ordered in February. They're supposed to be in by March, and we'll be sending them out in April. Here's an interesting story. I know as parents, we strive every day, and none of us are perfect parents. There's mistakes that we do in our lives that we think 20 years later, well, if we done this instead of this, you know, the kid might turn out better than what it is, you know. Well, this is coming from a 28-year-old mother in Wisconsin. Makes you think of the strangest things that people do to their kids, and they don't think properly as being a quality parent. A 28-year-old Wisconsin mother is accused of taking her son for a very dangerous ride on top of a family minivan in order to hold down a plastic pool. Authorities were initially called after receiving a report of a child riding on top of a minivan holding a plastic pool. When she was confronted, she said that she strapped him down. The child was under the age of 10. wow. I mean, really? Her comment to the authorities was, well, I strapped him down. Seriously? I mean, wow. That's just...
It kind of reminds me of Jeff Dunham's putting Bubba J up on top of the station wagon on the way to Dublin.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, geez. What's next?
Please pray for the victims of the families of the Manhattan, New York incident that has happened this week. And I just learned a few minutes ago we have another shooting going on in Colorado. I believe it's in Thurston, and it's at a Walmart, and there are several victims into that shooting also. This is sad that our society and our world has come to. When you turn TV on, we have politic nuisance, religious in pre-order, and gun violence. I mean... I know the gun is not the problem; it's the people.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point we don't even. I hardly ever turn the news on, but stuff gets thrown in my lap, or I work in a job facility to where we keep the radio on 24/7 at my job. They have news breaks go on the radio. Boom! I'm there by the loudspeaker. I hear this stuff, and it makes me want to think, okay, maybe I need to check into this online. But yeah, we just heard a few minutes ago that we've got another shooting going on, and this time in Colorado. And this is sad that our society has gotten to the point that we have war against each other.
Right.
Times of times, people.
Right. That is true.
Yes. Also, times of people. We now have our top 10 cars that are no longer American-made cars, that are fuel efficient and that are independent efficiency. Ford, Chrysler, and Dodge, you did not make the cut.
Ford never makes a cut.
Kia Niro is the top winning car.
What, no Prius?
No Prius. It's a Niro. Subaru, Toyota was a tie. Lexus ES, a Lexus GS, an Audi Q3, a Toyota RAV4, a Lexus IS, a Toyota Prius 5 did make number 8.
Ah, see, a Prius did. That's funny.
Number 9 is a Toyota Prius C. Didn't know there was different versions of a Prius, but okay.
I didn't either. I thought it was just fast, slow, and just get there.
Yeah. Number 10, an Infiniti Q70.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I'm sorry. I'm a Chevy girl. I guess I'll be my I'll always depend on my gas guzzler. Parts are cheaper to repair on a Chevy.
Maybe.
Yeah. My daddy was a Ford.
Your daddy was a Ford?
My daddy was a Ford
fan. You mean
fan.
he liked Ford?
He liked Ford.
He wasn't a Ford.
A Ford man.
There you go. Much better.
He was a Ford man. My mama was a Chevy man. A Chevy woman.
Your mama was a Chevy man. Oh, this is going great.
My mama was a Chevy person. I'm a Chevy person. And, of course, my Uncle Gary in Tennessee, he will rebuke both and says he's a Dodge.
Yeah, he does. He's a Dodge man.
Okay. And the final piece of the news of the week, the year is 1512. What do you think might have happened in the year of 1512? Well, the 1512...
I wasn't born.
Well, no, I don't think most of us are generally born.
Good Lord, what happened in 1512?
The ceiling of the 16th chapel in Rome, one of Italian's artist Michelangelo's finest work. You know, I talked about Picasso last week. This week's Michelangelo. Is exhibited to the public for the first time. The 16th chapel is open in Rome.
Oh, wow.
300 figures are painted in this fine piece of artwork on the ceiling. 300 naked people.
Naked.
Naked people.
Naked as a jaybird.
Appearing, and it's considered artwork, but just think about it, the theory of it. 300 naked people painted on a ceiling of a church.
So, like,
but we call it art, and nobody's offended.
So you go to church, and right before you go to communion, or not communion, but confession, you like look up at the ceiling and see the naked people?
I'm assuming.
Oh my God.
Then you got to go to confessions and pray for what you just saw.
Oh,
not to be funny, people, but I mean, it is, you know, that's a bit of history I like to give out because I am a historical researcher. And like I said, we talked about Picasso last year. We talked about Michelangelo this year. And Michelangelo, of course, he was one of them that loved to paint and draw and sculpt naked people.
Lovely. All right, well, on a different note, we happen to obtain a new sponsor for the Paranormal Journey to the Unknown Season 2. And that sponsor is none other than Ghost Lights from Colorado Paratech. Rich Horn was gracious enough to send us out this 40-watt Ghost Light Pro. We can't wait to use this bad boy when we go to the Hinsdale House this weekend. I mean, good Lord, this is freaking awesome. 40 watts. From what I've been told, is this bad boy can actually light up the entire hull of the USS Lexington. So we're going to see how this lights up the Hinsdale House. Can't wait to try it. Also, we obtained another sponsor for the Paranormal Journey to the Unknown Season 2, Soul Seekers. And he actually has these two really cool, awesome apps that go on the tablet. I haven't gotten them yet, but I will have them before we go to the Hinsdale House. And they are, like, phenomenal. He's gotten a lot of awesome responses on it and everything. So can't wait to check that out. That's a big light, and it should be bright as ever. So, but I tell you what, I do have a pet peeve, and it's been trying to drive me nuts, and of course it might turn into a rant, but we'll see. Hey Rodney, what's going on? Hey Tracy. The deal is, you know, our show, The Paranormal Journey to the Unknown, is unscripted, it's not staged, and it is a real 100% paranormal investigation. You're not going to, you may or you may not see something occur in the first 5 minutes of the show. Because, however, that's not the way a paranormal investigation works. Some folks just really don't understand what goes into a paranormal investigation. What you basically see on TV is usually staged or scripted. And, of course, most of the paranormal shows have ruined it for all of us. We had a reporter that stayed with us for an investigation at the Massac County Courthouse, and she was in utter shock to actually see what goes on behind the scenes during a paranormal investigation. She was like, so this is what you do? We set up base camp. We got all the cameras together. Everything's all ready to go. We go and investigate, and we come back, and she's just like, this is completely different than what I see on TV. Exactly. We're not following the same pattern what you see on TV. So,
plus they're there at weeks at a time. Plus they have a crew that comes in and sets up for them.
Oh yeah.
And they have a crew that comes in and does all the research for them. Which that's my pet peeve, because they only tell part of the history and not the true history. That's my aggravation to all that. But anyway, and then they politely come in. They're there for a week just to give you 45 minutes worth of evidence. Or enough action to give you a show. Right.
And of course, you know, watching our show, you actually get to see what it's like to conduct a 100% paranormal investigation, dealing with interviews, history, walkthroughs. So you do know that we're going to have a lot of haters out there, but before you go hating, watch season 1. It may change your mind. Right?
Yes.
So, but I can't believe the awesome response that we're getting on everybody watching the first season. If you do watch the first season and you like it, please go ahead and put a rating on it, so that way you can let other folks know exactly what you thought of it, you know.
Because the more ratings we have, the more pushing it up it puts forward also on Amazon too, because they'll put you on a front running page too.
Oh,
the best with when you get more positive reviews, or it just your opinion about stuff. The more reviews you have, the more front running you have on the show being pushed forward to the main page.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, 11,114 minutes streamed in just 2 days. That is phenomenal, and it's totally cool. I'll be checking it again tomorrow, and we'll see if it's gone up. I mean, once again, 437 viewers from the United States alone, and 61 viewers from the United Kingdom. So that is incredible for just 2 days. So hopefully everybody is truly enjoying the Paranormal Journey to the Unknown Season 1. Season 2 will be getting released March 16th, 2017. I believe it is. It's March something.
What you mean 2018?
Oh yeah, did I say 2016? Wow. I think I had a little too much to drink. Yeah, no. March. I'm gonna have to figure this out. It's sometime in March 2018. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm getting all these numbers all screwed up in my head. When we did Ghostology over at the Paducah Library, I had a psychic lady walk up to me and go, "Does 28 mean anything to you?" Ever since, that freaking number's been stuck in my head, and when someone asked me when I was getting married, I said the 28th, June 28th, and you looked at me and said, June 23rd, jackass. So, yeah, I got 28 stuck in my head. I don't know how that lady did that, but I don't know what it means. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. But anyway, our first guest that we're going to go ahead and contact is going to be published author Rick Kueber. And Paula can't wait to talk to him and possibly drill him with questions. She's got a whole list over here, so Rick, you're in for it.
We're ready.
No, we're not ready. We got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes? Oh,
yeah, we got
darn.
5 minutes. Oh,
okay.
Yes. Before we go any further, Ghost Adventures.
Oh, Lord.
Annabelle. All right, this episode has totally pissed off a lot of people. And there's a lot of discrepancy going on. There's a lot of hearsay going on. There's a lot of talk going back and forth. There is a lot of butthurt people. There is a lot of pissed off people. Now, this is my personal view. I firmly believe that it is not the true Annabelle doll that went to Zach's Haunted Museum. First of all, it was in a glass case surrounded by a salt circle. Yet when Tony brought it, it was in a suitcase. Just a suitcase. Now, it has been told that Tony put it into a suitcase so that way he would avoid having to show people what it is, in other words. So you're basically putting Annabelle in a suitcase and carrying her on as luggage, either stowing her away up in the above compartments or down with the checked luggage, which I highly doubt. Number 2, putting Annabelle, the murderous doll, in a room full of haunted dolls in a chair with nobody around. That's the second red flag. Third red flag, Zach went ahead and said that Tony was Lorraine's nephew. That is incorrect. The nephew is John Zaffis. Tony is the son-in-law because he married one of the Warren daughters. So, red flag number 3. I firmly believe that was not the Annabelle doll. Because John Zaffis went to a Paracon and he had the mock Annabelle doll and received a very disturbing, pissed off phone call from Lorraine yelling at him, thinking that he took the real Annabelle doll. So, with that in mind, I don't think it was the real Annabelle doll. But why they got to pull the wool over our eyes, I'll never know. It's just basically Zach wants to go ahead and get some huge ratings and make that show go through the roof and everything. So, that's my outlook on the whole Annabelle with Ghost Adventures. I'm sure you guys have your own different comments. Go ahead and leave them in the comment window here where everybody is all talking. Or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and leave it in the comments of the video. But right now, I am going to go ahead and get Rick on the phone, and we will get to talking about his book, right?
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
What do you mean when I talk about? Oh, do we need to talk about this segment or next segment about where we're going this weekend?
That'll be the next segment.
That'll be the next segment. All right.
All right, we are going to get Rick on the phone here.
All righty.
Hopefully he's awake. Ooh, I'm awake. That was nice and loud. Do.
Hello, this is Rick.
Hey, Rick. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
All right, I'm doing great. This is Gavin Kelly, and we got Paula next to you. And she's going to go ahead and drill you with some questions.
All right.
I won't drill you too much.
That's what she said.
How are you this evening?
Uh-oh, where'd he go?
Did we lose him?
I'm here, but you're cutting out.
Oh, okay.
We're cutting out, or
Yeah. Well, yeah, it sounds like you're cutting out on this end.
Huh, weird. No, we hear you just fine, and we hear ourselves just fine.
Okay, I heard that. That's clear as a bell.
Okay.
Maybe it was just a...
Probably a hiccup.
Maybe it was just a...
All right,
Yeah.
take it away, Paula.
How are you tonight, Rick?
I'm doing real well. Doing really well. I was enjoying the show, watching the live feed. I had to turn it off so I could answer the phone, but that's all right. I know how sometimes that can be a little bit of an interference. Sometimes it's just a slight delay. I want the distraction of, of the live video in front of me while I'm trying to talk to you on the phone. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not watching right now. I'll just have to watch the replay.
Gotcha. And let's talk a little bit about your book. I know it's number 6 of an installment of a not really more of a trilogy, of a series. I did get 3/4 of it read before the show.
Have you been
got,
drinking?
You got through reading three of the 4
Yeah.
parts.
Trying to get it, in time for the show. I also work a full-time job, so it's interesting trying to get all this done in a 24-hour period.
Are you sure you weren't drinking?
No, not yet.
Okay, just checking.
I have to say I was I almost hated to send that book, being the grand finale of the series.
Yeah, you've got me to where I need to get the whole
Put
series
in there
now.
that probably don't make sense because there's 5 books leading up to it.
Yeah.
So there are characters that you don't know their histories and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll have to
I
do
hope it
some
wasn't-
catch up on it.
yeah, I hope it wasn't like terribly confusing trying to jump into the very end of this saga.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure to write. It took me about 2 years to write the 6-book series.
Gotcha.
But I have a full-time job as well, so
Yeah. Well, I see you travel a
outside
lot.
of writing.
I see you travel a lot, especially coming to my hometown. We just miss each other all the time.
Yes. Yeah, that was a fantastic event we did last weekend there in Paducah.
Yeah, we are dying to know what went on there because we actually investigated there and filmed there probably about a year ago, and it was really cool what we actually got. But how was it for you guys?
Oh, it was great. Rick Hayes joined me there, and a couple of folks that helped me out. My teammate Jennifer was there, and Tabitha Linton, who is I don't even know how to explain what she does, but she's into healing stones and crystals and that sort of thing, and she's also a little bit of a sensitive. We had a nice group. It wasn't too big for this private investigation that we did, or excuse me, public investigation that we did. But I can't wait. I haven't even begun to really build the evidence yet. But we did. Tabitha's already sent me a few photographs with some images in them that are pretty darn cool. So I'm really expecting to on the DVR system recordings. We did get quite a few interactive hits with the KT meters and sensor meters and things like that. I really think we're going to have some nice evidence to offer up whenever we finally get through it all.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Gavin already skipped me to the paranormal questions I was going to have on you, so I guess I can go ahead and run those through for you.
My bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, we can jump around. That's fine. We can always
Okay.
go back to the science fiction
How long you
later
been-
if you want. If we have time.
Okay. How long have you been investigating in the paranormal?
For almost 10 years now.
Okay.
Started my group in since doing research and things, and actually started my team up in January of 2008.
Gotcha.
So just almost 10 years.
Well, you kind of gave us a taste on the Hotel Metropolitan. Everybody socially in this room and you guys have experienced at Hotel Metropolitan. Of course, we all have had the privilege of working with Rick Hayes. Me and Gavin got to do an investigation with Rick Hayes about 2.5 years ago. So, so how was that with Rick being there with the investigation? Did he get a lot of...
Oh, it was great. Go ahead. Well, with Rick being there, of course, he's just, in my opinion, phenomenal at what he does.
Yeah.
And it was great because he was connecting with spirits that were there, and he would get ask questions and get some answers back that, of course, we didn't get. But at the same time, we were getting reactions with our K2 meters and things like that.
Gotcha.
Every time he would ask, these things would just go crazy and go haywire.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that there was somebody there that could connect with them on that level caused the activity to be higher than normal.
Gotcha. Well, getting back
probably, I don't know, third or fourth major investigation, I guess you would say, or major event that we've done. Yeah, probably more than that. Probably sixth or seventh major event that we've done with Rick.
Gotcha.
He's helped us out on several investigations. My second book, which is now a few years old, was written about.
Gotcha.
So he's a character in my book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of going back to your book, I noticed that you like to write in first person. Are all your books like that?
Yes, I write them all in first person. I think it gives the reader a better connection. They feel like they're the main character in the story when they're reading it.